turned away from its projected path. New projections show Imelda heading out towards the Atlantic, potentially drawn out by the emergence of Hurricane Humberto in a natural phenomenon called the Fujiwhara binary interaction. This happens when an extratropical cyclone like Imelda is attracted to the low pressure of another cyclone in its vicinity. This rare effect causes the two cyclones to chase the low pressure they leave in their wake, locked in a pivot motion around each other till they dissipate. Such a phenomenon reportedly occurs in less than 1% of such extreme weather events. Now, as a result of this, Tropical Storm Imelda is now expected to pass by the American mainland, potentially mitigating economic losses which were earlier estimated at $10 to $20 billion from a direct landfall. With us on the broadcast is Mr. Desmond Majekudunmi, environmentalist from Lagos. Thank you so much for taking our time speaking to us on NewsX World. At the outset, I would like to understand a little more about the Fujiwhara binary interaction and how this can help potentially not just save lives but also ensure that monetary losses do not take place in the United States.
Yes, well, the reactions are good. The American government have to be commended. They get their predictions pretty accurately. But it's difficult, you know, because hurricanes, winds, tornadoes, they shift without too much, you know, warning. And it's difficult to assess. The main thing that we need to take away from this, though, is that there's another Hurricane 5 category storm brewing as a result of this. And it is very rare that you'll get, we've already had one Hurricane 5, and we're talking of, you know, 125 kilometers mile per hour wind in the area, which is, you know, catastrophic. It'll remove roofs, it'll tear down buildings, cause all kinds of chaos. But it's very rare that you have two Category 5 hurricanes in one season. But this is happening more often, and this is exactly what is happening in this particular location. One of the tornadoes is probably going to miss too much landfall, so it won't cause too much damage. But the reality is that we are exacerbating this situation. We are creating a situation whereby you will have more of these extremely violent storms. In fact, some people are saying they're going to have to start creating new categories soon because the wind speeds are going to go way over the top in no time at all in the next few years to come, simply because we are doing things that are warming up the planet. More heat, more energy, bigger winds, bigger storms. So this is the lesson that we have to take away from this, and we just hope that people will be saved from too much stress and distress in this particular occurrence. But for it to happen twice in one season, it could still be another one, which will be unprecedented. But definitely it's coming at us, and we're not taking cognizance of it. In fact, in a lot of cases, we're denying it's happening. It's like, you know, putting up two fingers and denying that it's four fingers. I mean, come on.
All right, sir. With that, I would like to thank you for taking our time and sharing your perspective with us on NewsX World. With that, viewers, we're shifting focus to Latin America, particularly Peru, where at least 19 people, including a police officer, have been injured in protests against President Dina Boluarte and the Congress. Hundreds, remember, marched towards Lima's government seats under heavy police presence. Now, protesters threw stones, petrol bombs and fireworks, while police responded with tear gas and rubber bullets. The National Human Rights Coordinator reported 18 injuries, including that of a journalist. A police officer suffered first-degree burns from a Molotov cocktail, and the coordinator of National de Derechos Humanos accused the police of excessive force, while public outrage grows over corruption, rising crime and a pension law passed under the current regime. Now, the unrest has increased since Boluarte took office after former President Pedro Castillo's removal in 2022.
Defendiéndolo, me imagino que les han subido el sueldo para que estén ahí parados y no hagan nada. Aquí sí se reúnen todos con valor y están ahí unidos, pero contra el crimen, lo que es en la calle, no, nunca están y aparecen siempre tarde, lo que es
Nosotros queremos hacer el cambio para que dentro de 5 años aquellos jóvenes niños que tienen ahora 10, 13 años no tengan que salir a las calles. Queremos que ellos crezcan en un mejor país y puedan desarrollarse profesionalmente, con sus familias. Y quizás que estos fines de semana, sábado y domingo, puedan pasar en familia. Nosotros podríamos estar viendo una película, saliendo, comiendo con amigos, pero tenemos que estar acá porque este país ya no aguanta más de la forma en que está.
Well, viewers, that's all.